Welcome everyone to a review of one of my games in the Mythic Wars tournament. This is the final game that I played versus Matreus in the Mythic Wars tournament. So it was a best of 5. I won the first 2 games, then he won the next 2, and we ended up here on Midgard. And I'm showing this game because I think a lot of people were surprised to see me picking Thor and him picking Zeus, because there's kind of like a consensus that Zeus is the S plus tier pick on Midgard, the uncontested best pick on Midgard. But I was theory crafting a bit before this series that I would want to play Thor into Zeus on Midgard. And as this game progresses, you'll begin to see why. But basically, I'm looking at my the god powers that I have available as Thor. Dwarven Mine means that I can sit inside my base a bit longer before I need a second gold mine, which is huge versus Zeus. Healing Spring, going to help me just with defending stuff, of course. And then the big one is Frost. It's going to counter his Bronze, because Bronze is what makes Zeus amazing on Midgard. The use of Bronze on the opponent's second gold mine, it feels uncounterable if you're other civs, but with Frost, you can really, I think I was theory crafting, you can really counter the Zeus player with this. And another thing, this tech here, Arctic Winds, you actually stun units for 20 seconds. Well, you freeze them. So this works on Scylla. You can use this against the water dinosaur. And I was just thinking, holy shit, Thor's got the complete package to counter Zeus on Midgard. So I played a few games versus Loki, D-O-D, Loki. And I figured out, yeah, I'm sure this can work out really well. So I got my build order down, which basically is first 3 dwarves on gold, 2 new dwarves on, first 3 dwarves on wood, and then 2 new dwarves on gold, and 3 villagers on wood, and then I auto-queue dwarves onto gold. Very simple build order. And it's so cool because it allows me to build a second dock really quickly. So I get to make fishing ships from 2 docks very early on in the game. And yeah, we can even fast forward a bit here. Not too much happening. 3 on wood, 3 dwarves on wood, 2 dwarves on gold, 3 villagers on wood, and then all the cute dwarves onto gold. Very easy to remember. So my Berserk here is just scouting for nice dock placement. So I see fish here, here, and here. So I know there's a shit ton of fish over on this side. I built this dock first, most forward one, and then I plan on building either 1 or 2 down here as well. And that should give me a ridiculously good economy. And the idea is I want to get a really big fish boom going, and then eventually I want to get to the heroic age before my gold mine depletes, and then I want to use Dwarven Mine in heroic age. That's 3,000 extra gold, and then I want to get that Arctic Winds upgrade for my hammer boat, and then I can take over water and pretty much win from there just based on having a superior economy. That's the goal, but of course, Matreus, very seasoned Greek player, he has plenty of ideas up his sleeve. He's not just going to sit idle. He wants to put the pressure onto me somehow. So either that's by fighting on water, or he can attack my base, or he can attack my docks with the land army. Plenty of things that he can do. He can go raiding as well. So I have to be, even though I have my game plan, I also have to play reactive. And you see right here now, 3.5 minutes into the game, I've got 11 fishing boats. And I'm just continually producing more. Well, right now I stopped boat production because I need a temple. You see my economy right here. There we go. Got the wood for the temple. And now I can start producing boats from both docks again. And I want to just continue producing them because what do I have right now? 12 fishing boats. I want at least 6 more. So this spot and this spot. And if possible, probably 1 or 2 extra. Going to give me like maybe 20 fishing boats. And that's just a crazy economic advantage. Looking at Matreus over here, he's got 11 fishing boats only. And he's producing some more now. So he's 11 and he's producing a 12th fishing boat now. So he's not nearly as well established on water as I am, but instead he's advancing faster than I am. And he's seen my dock over here. So right now he's sending Jason over there. He's going to send the... Well, I thought he was going to go Athena, but he went for Centaur. He went Hermes and went for the Centaur. Idea being, he wants to raid this wood line and be really annoying. The issue with this playstyle from Atreus is that it requires so much APM. And he is a fast player, don't get me wrong. But you gotta micro your water, you gotta micro your land army, as you'll see over here. You gotta still set up your economy, and then on top of that you have to micro your centaur. And you'll see that it becomes too much from Atreus at some point, and he gets really hard punished for it. I think the safer play is definitely just to go for Athena, get some almost guaranteed value with the restoration. But the play that he's going for is to build a military academy. Really cool play, actually. He's placing it right here. Got a stable here as well. And he's just trying to siege down this dock. So he's making a juggernaut. He's making hoplites with that extra damage versus buildings. And as a response, I'm garrisoning my fishing ship. And I'm starting to hit the Jason with a longbow here. Should have hit a hoplite. Ah well. Actually, how many do I have? I have 16 fishing boats right now. So I'm not even that well off. I've only got a few extra fishing boats than what Matreus has. He uses Bolt on a hammer boat there. He really wants to take down this location. It's kind of huge for me because that means that my Frost Giant gets to stay alive when I get to the heroic age. And the reason he used Bolt there is because he saw me going for Seti. He knew he didn't have to use it on my myth unit. Did I actually? I think I missed it. Over here, he sent his centaur to raid me, and he did some nice damage, but this little duo of the Herser and the Troll killed the centaur up here, while all the action was going on over here. I guess that's kind of indicative of why he lost it. I was busy describing things happening on this side of the map that I completely missed this thing over here happening, so that's why it happened to Matreus as well. It's just so hard to multitask when you have to do things on 3 or 4 different locations on the map. But what am I doing? I've got 2 longhouses established. I see the hoplites, so I know I want to make throwing axemen, maybe berserks, to just ensure that you don't get to take down all my ducks. The last thing I want to have. I killed the Jason there. It's really nice. Get a relic for extra. It's a weird relic, this one. I'll grab it just for the heck of it. And I'm just in defense mode here, to be honest. A lot of my fishing boats are idle because he managed to take down this dock and my presence over on the right side. But while all of this is going on, I'm also establishing more fishing boats and a dock up here. Really good raid from Matreus here. He knows I'm chopping wood here. My wood lines are really bad, by the way. I have wood here, here, and here. Nothing in the back. I don't know if they're that bad. Maybe this is to be expected on Midgard. See what Matreus has. He's got the same. So maybe that's just how Midgard spawns. So Matreus realizing this and taking full advantage of it, killing some nice villagers there, forcing idle time. But while all of that is going on, I'm now establishing a herdman army plus the throwing axemen. So I've got hard counters to everything that he's building, and it just means that I can fend off the attack that he's making here. So I do have my fishing boats still. I didn't lose them while all the action was going on. So as things are slowly starting to slow down, I am once again establishing my fish economy. Let's see. 20 fishing boats versus 16. Damn. Dude, I thought I was more ahead in terms of fish economy. 6, 9. He's got a really good fish economy. One thing you could say Matreus kind of messed up with was not establishing a dock over here. But it's so much easier with Norse than it is with Greek to do that, so can't put too much blame on him. Here I begin to go aggressive. Just want to see how much is he actually committing on water. Once again, really sick raid from him. I think... yeah, it's a really good raid. I had a villager advantage before this, but now he's killing... How many did he kill? Like 5 vills? Maybe even 6, I don't know. Really big raid from him. But I'm thinking it's not even that big an issue. I've also got my armory set up now. That's the reason why I had a villager lead to begin with, because I've got 3 armory upgrades. So if I didn't have the armories upgrades, I would actually be behind by 6 villagers at this stage. And not even that ahead in terms of fishing economy. So good thing that I did that. 22 versus 16. So I have a good advantage on water now, actually. A nice little advantage. I'm going up through Skadi. He's going up through Dionysus, as to be expected. And I don't know if I necessarily messed up, but I said before the game really began to start, I want to hit heroic before this gold mine depletes. I didn't do that. There's still like, 30, 40 seconds till I advance to the heroic age. So I'm forced to go forward now. Would have been so nice to just use the dwarven mine there and then wait to go forward. But I'm thinking, I honestly have a nice military presence here. You look at the stats here, I've got way superior military to him. So it's not even that big an issue. I go up here, and then I just ensure that I have enough production to start and engage a spam war if needed. And I just play it safe. I also know that when I get to Skadi, I'll get that upgrade for my hammer boat, and it's going to be so huge. I'll have the Kraken raiding his economy, and slowly I'll just start to overrun him in terms of economy. So that's kind of what I'm banking on. Just don't get overrun here on this location, and then everything else is going to solve itself. So pre-queuing Salt Amphora, getting that Arctic Winds upgrades, and getting some additional Dreki. Plus, I'm establishing the hill fort up here, but he is on the case. He's going for a big attack here. I'm contemplating, do I need to use Frost here? But I know that if I do, he's gonna cast Bronze right after, and I could be in big trouble. So I'm taking the fight. Very equal military. I'm slightly ahead, and I get a nice Frost onto... Well, I get to chase the Hydra here with the Frost Giant, which is huge. The fact that he didn't have Bolt for this fight could actually mean that I get to survive here. Yeah, and I Frost the Hydra and I take it down. This unit is really difficult to take down if I don't have this guy. And I do fend off the attack with 2 Berserks building the hill fort. So everything is going really well. Over here now, you see, I've got the Dreki with that upgrade. And you don't see it often, but it's such a sick upgrade. And look at this, they cannot retreat either because they get slowed down. Every hit slows them down even further until they get slowed down 100% and die. And get frozen. Over here, my Kraken is raiding his fishing economy. And look at this. The Scylla, if I didn't have the upgrade, this Scylla would kill all my boats and be remaining with like 3 or 4 heads and would just destroy my water economy. But because I have the upgrade, it's this easy for me. Really, really sick upgrade. What does it cost? 200 wood, 10 favor. Highly, highly underrated. There we go. This upgrade is the difference between me winning water and him winning water, basically. And he cannot invest anything into this. I guess he could invest a lot of just regular boats and get some, triremes and stuff out. But I've got the Kraken as well, which is full HP because I killed his Scylla at this stage. And look at this. They get slowed down so hard. They can get back. Ah, it's beautiful. I love that tech so much. So at this stage, I know that my economy is really superior to his, and he's got one last shot up his sleeve, and that is the fortress that he's placed here. He's going to start making Petrobolos, and he's going to siege me down like this. And it's kind of dangerous for me, because Norse cannot counter this with range. I simply don't have anything to take down the Petrobolos from range, so I'm forced to make a bit of an all-in here. So I get some portable ram out, prepare to take down this fortress. Basically, I gotta go dive him here now. I don't want to, but I'm forced to do it because of the Petrobolos. I still have Frost available, and like I said, I don't want to... I would like to not use it like this, because he can then use Bronze when it's fast, when it's finished. But the good thing is there's so many gold miners here. 20 villagers, well, 17 villagers, I suppose, are now frozen and idle. And you look at Matreya's economy, he's actually got some gold stockpiled, but he's gonna need a bunch here. And the frozen villagers are in the way, so he wants to send more vills over to the gold mine, or maybe just to repair, I guess. Either way, this is really bad for Matreya's. It's a great Frost I casted here. And I think my economy is well in order to actually just fight through the bronze when it gets there. So my rams are in place, except for this guy who actually walks around. I was wondering, why does it take so long to take down? I've only got... I don't know where they are. It's the only ram I have left. Well, there it goes down. He casts bronze. His units are OP now. What you see up here, 3,700 versus 2,200. I'm way ahead in military. Even then, I'm still forced to retreat. Bronze is such a crazy god power. But it's only 20 seconds remaining, so I'm retreating for a bit. If I want to, I can also retreat all the way back and use Dwarf and Gold Mine there if I wanted to. The alright trade for me. He's making a bunch of Hypaspists, and I don't have Great Halls established at all. Well, I'm starting to right now, because I realize he's making full anti-infantry. So I really need Jarls out if I want to beat the Hypaspists, and Toxotes as well if he makes those. So a bit late with the Great Halls. So much other stuff was happening, but look at the water. From his perspective, he's got 0 fishing boats remaining. Well, he's got 4 here, but they're idle. All his fishing economy is idle. And he's got 7 on food. Like, he's struggling over here. Taking 17 villagers and putting them over to hunt. Meanwhile, my economy, if we look at my side, all my villagers are on wood and gold. So it's kind of crazy. I'm actually behind by some villagers on land. But because I have such a well-established fish economy with that Salt Amphora upgrade, I'm in a perfect position here. And once again, I just know that so long as I don't get overrun on any one position, so long as I keep making production buildings and stuff, I know I'll be fine here. At this stage, my economy is just way superior to his. I even built a second TC here. Didn't have to do that, but whatever. I'm getting Jarls out now, like I said. They'll beat the Hypaspists. They can even go head-to-head with the Hippias. And they will beat Toxotes if he makes those too. And I go raiding with the Berserks. Very potent at raiding. I also get this upgrade from Skadi, Huntress Axe. Kinda good actually. Extra range and free ballistics included. Included in the price. There we go. I take the win. So that means Matreus ends 5th to 6th and I end at least top 4. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this game. I'll see you guys later.